What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl Tynisha coming to you again. How are you doing? Good, I'm glad. I really, really am. I was just driving in the car, and lately I just been driving in the car and it's just quiet and I don't really even, no radio, no nothing. But the thought just dropped in my mind, what if someone's life depended upon your assignment? Like whatever it is that God sent you to the earth to do, that there are literally lives hanging in the balance. He even gave me the vision of someone like sitting on the edge of their bed, like ready and willing to commit suicide. But because of something you or I say or do, literally yanks them off of the ledge. Like it something clicks within them because of what we say or what we've done, to where that person no longer wants to commit suicide. They no longer want to give up. They no longer are hopeless. They no longer say this is the final straw because you chose to walk in your assignment. Y'all, this thing hit me. I'm talking about hit me hard to where I don't even want to take off these. Well, one, I don't want to take off these sunglasses because it's it's sunny, but two, because I really got teary-eyed at that, because recently I just decided to just do what God has told me to do, and the thought of the years that I wasted not doing what God told me to do, and I found myself becoming a little regretful, like, and I'm gonna try not to get emotional because, you know, we can't really cry over what has or has not happened, but I'm just thinking, like, for example, I just sent my book to the publisher and it shall be released soon. And I'm just thinking, what if I would have done this 5 years ago and my book would have made it into the hand of somebody who was dealing with suicide, or somebody who was dealing with depression, or somebody who just was dealing with bad relationships, toxic relationships, things of that nature. What if my book would have made it into the hands of a 15-year-old girl or a 15-year-old boy, and would have prevented them from making bad decisions in their 20s? Y'all, it's time for us to step out into our assignment. What is that thing that God has been telling you? Has He been telling you to write the book? Has He been telling you to write the poems? Has He been telling you to direct the movie, film the movie? Has He been telling you to be more conscious of your health? Has He been telling you to launch the business, launch the ministry, you know, put out the podcast, put out the blog? What has God been telling you? And I'm not even really just saying this just because I ain't got nothing else to say. It really just dropped on me so heavy. Like, we oftentimes do what we want to do, and we call ourselves believers. But exactly what are we believing in? Because if we're not doing what God told us to do, evidently we're believing in what we are, or who we are, or our ability, as opposed to His. Y'all, this thing, whew, it hit me. How much time do we waste doing things that don't produce anything other than maybe satisfy our flesh temporarily? You know, I use social media in my business, but I've really been cutting back on me just being on there socializing, because I can get lost in a hole. I don't know about y'all, but I can get lost in a hole, especially on like YouTube, TikTok, all that good stuff. Listen, you could start at 1 o'clock and you'll look up at 3 and 4 o'clock and you'll be like, you're still on here. And that's 2 hours that we could have been contributing to our assignment. And if you did not know, you have an assignment. Your assignment is not to just grow up, go to school, get a job, work, pay bills, and die. That's not just your only assignment. That's not the only thing that God has put on the inside of you. But how do you know what he's put on the inside of you if you've never asked? How do you know what he's put on the inside of you if you've never even had a conversation? You've never prayed. You've never recognized him as being the author and the finisher of your fate. Because ultimately, all things begin and end with God. I know some people, no, I don't believe in God. I don't this, I don't that. Well, just because you don't believe in him doesn't mean that he doesn't exist. Think about that. Somebody may not have believed in you for whatever it is that you were trying to accomplish or do, but you still exist. You still exist. And God is big enough to handle the disbelief of people. He's not going to disappear because someone said, oh, I don't believe. That's not how God works. So, with that being what it is, y'all, if you have an assignment, or you think you might have an assignment, or, you don't know if you have an assignment,